Hi, everybody. Good morning. This is
Hi,
Marilyn.
everybody.
Do we
Good
have
morning. This is
any
Marilyn.
audio
Do
this
we
morning?
have any audio this morning?
Yes, we do. Thank you.
Yes, we
Okay.
do.
Good morning, everybody.
Thank you. Okay.
Welcome to
Good
my
morning,
view
everybody.
from my world.
Welcome to my view
This
from
is
my world.
the 9th.
This
This
is
is Monday, the 9th of November.
the 9th. This is Monday,
And
the
I
9th
hope everybody
of
had
November.
a wonderful weekend, and
I hope everybody had
we're
a
all
wonderful
rested up
weekend
and ready to trade.
we're all rested up and ready to trade.
This morning we don't have a lot of news.
This morning we
10
don't have a
o'clock
lot of news.
is
10 o'clock is
what is it here? Labor market conditions.
What is it here? Labor market conditions.
The CAD housing starts were just out about a quarter after 8, and there
housing starts
much
were
change.
just out about a quarter after 8,
and those we'll see
change
if the CAD really responds to that. One of the questions
CAD
this morning
really responds
is
to that.
Stan's
One of the
asking if anybody in here is trading Forex. Do you
Stan's
mean
asking
spot
if anybody
Forex,
in here is trading Forex.
Stan, or
Do you mean
a lot of people
Forex,
trade
Stan,
trade the pairs on
a lot
Nadex,
of people trade
but straight up
trade
Forex,
the pairs on Nadex.
I'm not sure
but
how many.
Straight up Forex,
There will be
I'm not
okay,
sure
and Nadex.
how many.
Yes,
there will
are
be
a lot of them.
Okay,
that
and
do
Nadex.
that.
Yes,
There'll be a lot
are
more
a lot
people
of them
in here, I think,
that do that.
over the next
There'll be
hour,
a lot more people
hour
in
and a
here,
half.
I think.
I usually try to start this at this time just specifically to address the news and
at this
anything
time
that may have happened overnight.
to address the news and
Looks like the indices
anything that may have happened
trailed
overnight.
down overnight.
Looks like the indices
not too much
trailed
else
down overnight.
exciting seems to be happening.
Not too much else
there was a good move up
exciting
in
seems to be
crude
happening
oil early this morning.
There was
but
a good move up in
you had to be ready to
crude
go
oil
at the crack of
this
dawn,
morning.
which
But
did
you
not
had to
include me.
You had to be ready to go
Anyway,
at the crack of dawn, which did not include me.
The question in the room is,
Anyway,
we trade the spreads with the
the
IZSS
question in the room is we trade
strategy,
the spreads,
and I'm sure there are
the
a lot of people.
IZSS
I personally don't trade
strategy, and I'm sure there are
Nadex
a lot of people. I
spreads,
personally don't trade,
but one of these days I'll get around to it. The thing that I tend to like best is futures, but there are a lot of people who do trade those spreads, and I know there's excellent material this afternoon. I think it's early evening. Daryl's doing every Monday evening he does a webinar for Nadex, and the topic today is how to choose the right spread. So people that have an interest in that, be sure, and that is recorded, by the way. So if you miss it live, you can find it in the archives. Anyway, this morning I don't see a heck of a lot that's of super duper interest. We'll see what these indices do. They sure had some volatility in them last week. This morning, looking at crude oil, the first thing I notice is that we've got a lot of green apexes and we are above settlement. So we'll see if this holds. What we to keep this in a long trend, we're going to need for this to stay above settlement, or at least not go too far below it. Overnight and Friday we had a lot of red apexes, so this is an indication of a trend change. And this morning, if you were also up at the crack of dawn, the IZSS put in a really nice, easy to follow trending pattern. And for some people, this may be easier to see. I took a lot of stuff off of this version of it just to keep it clean. But if you are trying to learn how to use this 12-tick chart to trade with, sometimes, for me at least, I'm finding that this makes a nice confirmation and a nice, uh, it helps you have the confidence to stay in the trend and get some more ticks out of it. But this, taking it right off of the E, if you followed the classic Apex rules of taking it off of the E with your stop 5 ticks below the P, then it would take it a while to develop, but you never would have been stopped out. And that would have been good for, about what, 55, 60 ticks right here. So it's well worth studying this. I also, while I like the 210 shadow bars on this chart, this, keep in mind this moves twice as fast. I made a decision I'll show you on TF. I think Lori and John have got me convinced to use the 12 tick, and I even broke down and put the colors on the candles. So I spent some time. I went back over this over the weekend, and this is much, much easier. Lori is absolutely right. She's the one that really zeroed in on this slingshot effect of these retracement candles, and then when they come down, they can really come down. I personally don't trade TF before the open at 9:30, and I also, one of my personal rules is I don't trade TF at 9:30. Give it a few minutes to let all the crazies get in the play in the traffic and figure out which way the bus driver is going to go. So I will I'll try to keep you posted on that TF, because it's since that moves so much more slowly than crude oil as a rule. It's a little easier to call trades on that thing than crude oil. It's almost impossible to trade it and all the trades at the same time. But the value of learning that is, if you can learn this and learn to read this market, you literally can trade anything. So, having said that, I don't see any more questions in here. I will be back at noon, and we'll see what the morning has brought us. It looks like this second half-hour candle is going to continue on down, and we do have a red MVP right here. When these MVPs on this 12 tick show up about the same time they show up on the 10-minute, it is a very strong signal, and the 10-minute hasn't flipped yet. We'll see what happens. So anyway, this has been my view from my world in Apex land, brought to you by Apex Investing. I'll see you about noon. Thanks.